What's good, everyone? Jets takeoff. A report came out where the Packers are done asking for a first-round pick. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about what the Jets should give up in a trade for Aaron Rodgers and whether it should be picks in the 2023 NFL Draft or the 2024 NFL Draft. So if you're the New York Jets, in my opinion, you want to send over picks in the 2024 NFL Draft because they are unknown. Let's just say we do get Aaron Rodgers, right? And the Jets finish 12-5 this next season. We make it to the AFC Championship game. Well, that second round pick is going to be very late. Whereas if the Jets are going to trade away a second round pick in this year's NFL Draft, whether it's the Cleveland Browns 42nd overall or the Jets 43rd overall pick in the draft, well, that's already set in stone. And that's both of those are very good second round picks. They're above the mid-tier, so you can get a very quality player and first-round potential players that are just falling due to injury or character concerns. So they can be very, very valuable, not only for the Jets, but also the Packers, which is why for the Green Bay Packers, I think they really want either both of our second-round picks in this year's draft, one of them, and then maybe our second-rounder in next year's draft for that reason. So I can see why the holdup is happening between the Green Bay Packers and the Jets. I think it is because the Jets are trying to trade away their picks in next year's NFL Draft, which is smart by Joe Douglas. But obviously the Packers are seeing what could happen because Aaron Rodgers is an MVP caliber quarterback. Even though he did not play his best this past season, he came off of back-to-back MVPs. And let's be honest, if there was any other player playing quarterback for the Green Bay Packers last season, besides Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, let's be honest, the Packers would probably finish with a worse record. So for the Green Bay Packers, though, they're going to want this year's draft picks. And if you're the Jets, you know what? You can give up a second-round pick. The Jets are not going to be giving up 13 overall. I'm pretty sure that is set in stone. The Jets are refusing to do that. And fair enough, because Aaron Rodgers could potentially just play one season, even though I think he's going to play two no matter what. Obviously, for one season, it's not worth to trade the 13th overall pick. Even though I would do it shamelessly as a fan, obviously, he's getting paid to make smart, calculated decisions. So for Joe Douglas and the Jets, then, I think you have to offer one of our second-round picks this year. I think that's a must. I don't see the Packers not accepting that. I think they have to. So if I'm the Jets, I would give up a second-round pick in this year's draft. And in next year's draft, I would try and aim for a third or a second-rounder. I think the Packers might decline a third-rounder in next year's draft just because the Jets will be picking later and later. So I think our second-round pick next year makes a lot more sense because the Jets do not have a third-round pick in this year's NFL Draft. They traded it away in the Elijah Moore Cleveland Browns deal. And in next year's draft, the Jets own their first, second, and third-round picks. No exceptions. They own them. In this year's draft, though, the Jets have obviously 13 overall, the two second-rounders, a fourth-rounder, pick 112, a fifth-rounder, and a sixth-rounder. So maybe throw on this year's fourth-rounder, too. I guess that would really make the Packers accept because the Jets already came out and said that they're not even going to negotiate with Lamar Jackson just because they already know it wouldn't be fair to him because, it's already very clear. The Jets or Aaron Rodgers are pretty much nothing at this point. So it has to get done. And that's the thing, it has to get done. It's being reported it's going to last till the draft. But if I'm the New York Jets, I'm giving up one of our second-round picks this year and then giving away probably the two additional picks in next year's draft where the draft position is unknown because the Jets could very well make the playoffs and those could be very awful picks. But, we are the Jets. Who knows? Maybe we'll have some bad luck, and I hate to bring that up, but who knows? But anyways, if you're the Jets and Joe Douglas, you trade away a second-round pick in this year's draft. I think that is a must. I don't think the Packers are accepting a deal without one of those second-round picks in this year's draft. And, if you're Joe Douglas, you could do a conditional first-round pick, but I personally would not do that. I'd just give up the 2 seconds and maybe a third next year or two. Who knows? But that's what I'd do if I'm the Jets. Let me know what you think about this. Who is the leverage? If you were Joe Douglas, what would you give up? And if you're the Packers general manager, speaking from a Jets fan or Packers fan perspective, what would you realistically accept in an Aaron Rodgers trade? Very curious. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.